Welcome everybody to my channel. I'm Christina, and once again coming in with this week's messages from the light codes. Every Monday we have a light codes transmission, and from the light codes transmission comes the messages for the week or for what has been gifted to us, and the light codes transmissions are the activation light codes that come through to help activate those qualities. So the messages that came through this week, this is actually the transmission 167, and we've been following this journey now, obviously, for 167 transmissions, and it's really quite amazing. And the people that take part in this program also have visions and messages that come through. So those that get to come in and sit in on the live sessions actually, you know, that you can see that there's such messages that add upon the messages and bring in more layers, if you like, and confirmation that people are seeing similar stuff in different ways and adding a little bit more to it. So it's really a great group to be a part of. And the messages, the visions and messages that I received today, the first vision that I saw was of a bridge. Now this bridge was, the thing that I was mostly aware of with this bridge was that it was a little bit, you know, it was, I guess, a free hanging bridge, and it was curved in some sort of way. So I guess it was talking about, you know, crossing the bridge when we cross, when we're growing and when we're ascending and crossing the bridge to the higher worlds. Sometimes, you know, it's a little bit of a curveball that we hit a few curveballs along the way. What I could see in, it was leading to an opening of something, but I couldn't see what was beyond the opening. But then all of a sudden appeared a lot of people lined up on this bridge, and they appeared to be in twos, like 2 by 2, and leading up to what then I could see was an aircraft. So they were leading up to board this aircraft. And and then I saw inside the aircraft as if they were being seated by the air hostess or whatever, and being seated in readiness to take off. That sort of vision sort of stayed for a while, like, so that there's preparations in place for us to be ready to take off to a higher dimension, a higher world, a higher whatever. And then I saw somebody that looked like an ancient Egyptian priest. So it was more or less like there's a particular statue, ancient Egyptian statue of a priest, and he has his knees up and he has his arms on his knees. And it was as if he was listening for further instruction, or listening to instruction and listening and waiting for further instruction. So very, you know, very solid in his, I'm here to do as I'm called, I'm listening, going to take, you know, do as I'm supposed to do. And then I saw another bridge. Maybe it was the same bridge that had changed, or another bridge, but it was another bridge. And this bridge was a creamy color, not exactly light, but a less density, to not third dimensional. So it was sort of not bright light shining, but it was a less, you know, a lighter density than third dimensional. And this bridge was very straight and very direct and very perfect and felt very pure. And that vision then completed with what looked like an angel. It's sitting in cross-legged position with their head down. But when I first saw it, it was as if there were two angels morphing into one. And as it morphed into one, so there were more, that was more as if for a very brief moment, this was showing me this not masculine, not feminine, this androgynous type being. But then this angelic being that was sitting in this, sat with their head down, became more of a particular energy or gender or whatever, and it had dark hair, very sharp black, dark hair, you know, cut like an ancient Egyptian style. And I got the word fallen angel, which I was unsure what it meant, but they felt as if they were looking down toward this bridge that was leading up. And it felt like a waiting or something like that. This stayed for a little while. I couldn't quite get the understanding of it, but then as it morphed into a golden fat Buddha, and this golden energy was very deep gold, you know, like old gold. It was a very deep golden fat Buddha, the Buddha of compassion. And I was reminded then again of the fallen angel, because it was as if the fallen angel was there and then in front of became this compassionate Buddha. And I've been feeling a lot of this, a lot of compassion lately, and feeling quite emotional with things that are going on in the world at the moment. And this drew me to say that we must activate that part of ourselves. We must activate that part of the compassionate Buddha sitting in front of this fallen angel, because the reality is we're all fallen angels, and mistakes are made, and we need to activate this compassionate Buddha energy. And I saw the golden Buddha, as I said, very deep old gold, and his hands were cupped and open and bent at the shoulders like this, as if to receive. And it was, it felt like it was to receive the energy of the compassionate Buddha, to have more, to be willing to receive more, to be willing to be the carrier even of this beautiful compassionate Buddha energy. Receive and fill our cups, both sides of us, both masculine, both feminine, both left, both right, both light, both dark. We be willing to receive the compassionate energy into this side to bring balance, because it was very much a balanced vision. Fill those cups with compassion. And the fallen angel image really felt to me like he was in a point of surrender. He didn't feel lost so much anymore. He felt like in the mode of being saved, or in readiness to receive this new beautiful energy, or he was waiting for something, waiting for this time period, which reminds me about, July, because July, we're in the month of July. It's the 7th month. It's very much about faith, keeping the faith. It's very much about surrender, peace, and the resurrection, and coming into, more of a higher awareness, that a lot of things will flow more easily for us if we are in that reception mode. Of course, we have to be in the reception mode. And I drew the cards today, and the first card was card number 19, which is to do with new beginnings. And again, we can see that there's like intentions of receiving the wisdoms in there with the 1 and the 9. And the card itself says, be decisive. So be decisive in your decision making at the moment, whatever it is coming through, and allow yourself to make decisions that maybe you wouldn't have made before, changing your mind about certain things. The second card is card number 17, which becomes an 8. So there's very much about the unconditional love and the forgiveness. And also it's the mother energy and the father energy coming together, so the masculine and the feminine, ready to birth new things. And it is Archangel Jophiel. The card itself says, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, and on the right path. So I think the message really is that we are on the right path, especially in this process of allowing ourselves to have more awareness, to come from a higher perspective on things. And interestingly, the card in the solar plexus, or the 3rd chakra card today, was the masculine energy, which, coming into his power. And when I say the masculine energy, I'm not talking man or woman. I'm talking the masculine energy within ourselves, and whether you are more masculine or more feminine, so you might be a man, and this might, bring a message through for you, or you might be a woman who this is actually activating this energy in the masculine part of you, being able to come more into your own power, more into balance, and more into purpose and mission, and accepting the right path. This is to the third chakra, and we are, trying to get to that bridge to move beyond the lower three chakras, the lower levels of consciousness as we step up higher. And in the heart chakra, we have a feminine energy, although it is card number 7, which is actually more masculine or more androgynous maybe. And the card is seek the truth. So this is about looking at both sides of things, being able to weigh things up and make decisions by actually looking at all perspectives of things. And by opening up that ability to be able to see, all directions or all perspectives, the light shines through and the awakening can take place. So that is really beautiful. And the card in the throat chakra this week is card number 4 of Cups. And to me, this is saying, be willing to accept a new expression of truth. Because if we always say, no, this is my opinion or this is my truth and this is the way it's going to stay, you can see he's sitting there really very stubbornly, like, this is the way it is, that you might actually be missing something. So this is more or less saying that there could be another way, and be more compassionate as well. Accept that energy of compassion to come through, allow it to open your heart and allow it to bring forward more new ideas and different perceptions on things and looking at things in a different way. To really feel that is really strong this week about people being able to see other sides of things. And the card in the brow chakra this week is card number 4, and it is the ancient Egyptian potter god Khnum, master craftsman, creator of form, organizing principle. So this one I feel this week is saying that we are in the process of recreating ourselves, and that it could be recreating the way we see things, the way we, especially because this is the brow chakra, the way we think about things, our ideas on certain things. We are recreating ourselves. This is the organizing principle, creator of form, bringing us into that new space. Also, allowing ourselves to be able to see things from a different perspective and looking at all things on all levels. And the 7th card in the crown today is Paramahansa Yogananda, choose peace. And Paramahansa Yogananda teaches us about, the balance and the understanding of body, mind, and spirit, and seeing things, in that way, in the 3 energies of body, mind, and spirit, physical, mind, and spirit, and material world, bringing all that balance there together. So being able to look at all perspectives from that angle. And the Omega Chakra card today, which is to do with our soul's pathway, and integrating our gifts and things into the earth's grid. So being able to ground what we're actually here about is persistence, and it is the ascended master Lu. So this is about, persist. Keep doing it. Keep trying to, become more of the light being. He's a sun god. So, really keep building up your frequencies, persist on, raising your frequency and coming from a higher perspective so that you can reach those higher perspectives. Because the reality is, unless we actually put that work in to lift ourselves, we can be stuck in a certain dimensional way of thinking, or a certain, just a certain reality. And if we are willing to rise our consciousness and just be willing to, I wonder what will happen if I actually do, focus more on lifting my light frequencies and become more, you may see in a bigger way. You might feel there's a bit of a veil or a bit of a block in between things. You can't quite get, I don't really know what I feel about that. I don't really know what I think about that. You don't have to make any decisions about anything, but if you do the work to purify yourself, go into meditation daily, and just allow yourself to receive the light frequencies that are coming through, and use my light codes even. Allow yourself to receive as the compassionate Buddha is asking us to receive that beautiful energy of compassion, receive all energies from the divine, and allow ourselves to be able to lift up, rise up, and see from a greater angle. And the A alpha chakra card today is follow your heart, St. Francis of Assisi. So this is, the direction. Just follow your heart. Really be in your heart. Let go of the fears, stepping beyond and into the heart and following that energy, which brings you into a beautiful state of, finding yourself and feeling more enlightened, feeling the joy, being able to tap into the peace and, be in love with the simple things in life. And that actually opens us up, seeing the beauty in all the simple things in life. So that's the cards for today and the messages for today. And over the weekend, I was guided to bring through a set of light codes activation to help to remove any harm that may have been done to us in raising our consciousness, because this is some work that I've been doing for a while. So I'm going to be talking about that some more on another video, but I have done some light codes, a transmission that came through on Saturday to do with undoing any harm that has been done, to us with the nanoparticles that may, if you've had vaccination, any harm that may have come through that affects your consciousness, because I have been watching many of my clients and students and seeing that it has affected the ability to access certain degrees of consciousness. So I was guided to bring these light codes through, and I did 2 transmissions. There will be more coming, but just stay tuned and please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a video, and so that you can know when these light codes come through, because they've already shown that they do actually remove the blocks. So that's it from me. See you next week. Please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos, and I'll see you next week.